Okay, it is Wednesday, October 23rd, and before I start this video, I deleted my last video off of both BitChute and YouTube, and not for any special reason, but because I got a comment telling me that I had roughly a 5-minute dead space where I was searching through my phone looking for screenshots and shit, so I checked that and I did, so I deleted that. Nothing anti-censorship or I said something wrong, but I didn't want to somebody come by my video first time and I got a fucking 5-6 minute dead spot. But let's move on, and I'm going to start out with I'm not going to show all that same shit from Richie from Boston again, but I want to start out with this because it's important. This video, now he done this part 1, 2, 3 and horse shit. Oh, fuck, let me pause here, do it again. Richie's got this video, Aliens and Earthquakes by the Hand of Man, and he's showing somebody else's video of National Guard running around whatever state because of a recent Madrid fault line earthquake drill, and making it look like, oh my God, they're telling us, they're promoting that we're going to have, that this is the propaganda and New World Order forecasting and telling us they're about to set off the Madrid fault line. But let's pause here. I don't know if this is the same date, but here's one from July of this year. Why did Missouri National Guard just hold a new Madrid earthquake drill? Because they always do. Let's pause here. Here's one from 2019. Shake and Fury 2019. Agencies prepare for massive Madrid earthquake. Let's go all the way back here. National Guard 2011. 8 Guard states active in largest ever national level exercise. Remember they started calling it the Great Shakeout? This is all the way back to 2011, and I'm sure, matter of fact, I know they have the last few years, every time there's a few earthquakes, or the mainstream media mentions it, or one other channel mentions it, they all pick up on it. Oh my God, which it all means hurry up and fear porn and watch my channel, link, subscribe, and buy through my sponsor. But let's pause here. Oh, and look how many of these our beloved truther channels love to sell you gold. Anyway, this is the earliest I could find, 2011, but let's pause here. I'm going to shorten this, but I have to show this again. We hear about all the cartels and all these other people, spending all this money to bring over illegals. This was popped up on Fox, I guess, on that date, January 24th. They will hardly ever mention this. It's all about the cartels and other people helping bring over the illegals. But yet, as I pointed out right down here, they're through to already on the route this year, 624,000 illegals, over 500,000. Sponsored by the UN, which the U.S. primarily supports, largest funders, and why was this not stopped under Trump? But let's pause here. Debit card. If you go look through this, it explains they're funding them and giving them medical assistance and transportation. People want to believe they're always they would like to show them walking, from all the way from Venezuela. But go read through this. It explains everything. Pause here. Richie also showed this in his video. Remember, Richie Richie promised from all his heart, body, and soul, and it probably was coming from the Lord Jesus himself, that we were going to have civil war prior to on the eve of the eclipse, and he's showing this retarded guy running his mouth. And this guy mentions how we had the convergence of this and the Cicadias coming out and an asteroid or meteor or something, going by all these weird dates. They come out every 13-7. I got these weird fucking cycles. The last time was 1803. That huge quake the dude was talking about was at 1811. I mean, even though there's a big year difference, it doesn't count for when you manufacture a video. But let's pause here. Okay, he uploaded this video called War Games. I'm not going to watch this bullshit because they love to show movies. Anyway, this is just in the first few seconds. This is part 1. Let's see what Richie has to say here. I'm only 5 seconds. Listen to this.
Over in Texas on the side of the road at a truck stop using my Wi-Fi and standing out in the blazing sun at 10:44 a.m.
First off, he's standing out in the blazing hot sun to use a truck stop or somebody's Wi-Fi. Actually, he's inside the air conditioning, but let's go here. Let me rewind. Sorry.
To make this video out of the road at a truck stop using my Wi-Fi and standing out in the blazing sun at 10:44 a.m.
Again, Richie loves symbolism and mythology and numerology. And again, he repeats over and over, there's nothing as a coincidence. And what did he say there? He's pulled over at 10:44 a.m. 1 plus 4 plus 4 equals 9, and it divides into 3. Let's look at how much time is on this video. 38 minutes and 49 seconds, which comes out to what? 24. Oh, shit. Let me pause here. God dang it. Anyway, 24, 3 divides into 24 by 8, so you have more 3s there. Remember, Richie loves his 3s and his 6s and all this numerology shit, but it doesn't count when it's on Richie's videos. Right, wrong, pause here. Okay, this is from Richie's Aliens and Earthquakes, where he's fear-porning people. They're about to set off the Madrid fault line. Now, I don't know who this guy is. He's showing this video, but listen to this guy talking. He's doing that thing like a war correspondents do when they're either in a war zone or pretending they are, or they're far. Anyway, he's talking real hyper, talking real fast, like he's about to die. And, oh my God, got to get the news out.
This is the first time that St. Louis is hosting these exercises. Last year, similar exercises took place in Nashville. We have more vehicles trying to kind of pull in here as this starts to get going.
And apparently this black woman down here is posting his video, and she's smiling and nodding her head like, oh my God, look at the agenda. But anyway, let's go.
Military vehicles, some St. Louis police vehicles, just around the area here, all taking part in this exercise. But ever since the April 8th solar eclipse, everything that we have seen
Now, this is the other guy.
taking place, the 2 solar eclipses crossing paths over the New Madrid fault line, the emergence of 2 different broods of cicadas, the very rare comet that was seen around.
He even shows right here, but he goes real fast because you don't want to see it. The earthquake was in 1811, but the double emergence of the cicadas was in 1803. Oops.
At the same time as the solar eclipse. These were all recorded to have been seen in the 1800s, and then sometime after, only months after, the New Madrid fault line would receive a series of earthquakes so massive, they are still with...
Oh, I forgot to Google that. Yes, a comet was visible in the sky around the time of 1811. Oh, which are also known as a Tecumseh's comet. Let me pause here. Okay, that comet was visible by the naked eye for 260 days in 1811. So it's 260 days, yet we're going to pinpoint a date where... what Richie does and what these people do, they're trying to combine a comet with the cicadias emerging, even though the timing's way off by 11, 10, 8 years. It doesn't count. It's in the same fucking decade, apparently, with the Madrid fault line earthquake drills that they do every year, at least posted that I could find on the internet since 2011. So, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I forgot to show Richie's title of his video, U.S. now authorized to kill Americans on U.S. soil. Yes, it was a reissuance of a DOD or whatever the fuck directive or whatever. But anyway, it started on Armageddon Pros, October 12th. Pause here. My mom sent me this. I don't like to listen to Ron Paul, but she sent me this the day it happened. He reported on it and referred to that channel, that website, October 14th, and then Richie did his video a day later acting like he just learned about it. Anyway, is there wording in there? Matter of fact, is the wording in there that says, that reaffirms to use lethal force against Americans? Apparently, it looks like there is, so I'm going to say it's 100% legit. This is not civil war. This is not race war. This is about, as this planet keeps fucking dying, they want to be able to do more things. People don't get it. We're going to have massive worse. You see them. You cannot fucking deny it. We are having massive problems around this whole fucking planet, and the planet doesn't matter. What matters is our country, but we do get imports. But anyway, and nevertheless, it's fucking important because it's getting harder and harder. Matter of fact, they cannot hide the droughts. They cannot hide the flooding. Look at the recent flooding. Roswell, look at place never ever flooded before. Fucking massive flooding. Just short of 6 inches of rain in a few hours or 12 hours, or whatever the fuck it was. Place over and over, drought had never had it before. Denver just set another record last month for the hottest fucking September on record. They're still... so on and so forth. Except for here, you get the truth. But anyway, let's pause here. Oh, what I was saying, since I started running my mouth, is they want more control as the droughts and especially the food shortage hit harder here. But 100% guarantee you, and most people should know it, when shit falls apart, the planet falls apart, and especially this country falls apart, you're going to have massive law enforcement and military defecting and going home to their people. Oh, just a quick screenshot I took from a video of that flash flooding around Roswell. Oh, again, when I state Richie from Boston, all the channels that did this, how much did he promote this? Proving his fact that civil war was going to come in during the eclipse. Several states did this. Indiana, state of emergency declared for eclipse. It's because people were going to suck up the gas, empty ATM machines, and hit motels and everything else. But no, the truth doesn't matter. It doesn't matter on social media. None. Never. Well, except me. Different figures. How many people went to see the Great American Eclipse? 1.8 to 7.4 million. 931 to 3.7 million. That's why. That was especially for the locals. Get your shit before these people invade for the eclipse. The article on Denver, September, hottest on Denver history. And this, of course, is other cities in Colorado and around our country and around the planet. What happened to this? Remember the BRICS agreement was going to devalue the dollar and the petrodollar was going to disappear? Are other countries trying to get away from the petrodollar and U.S. dependence and trading? Of course they are. Why? Because most of them have realized for years are fucking suckers for ever going along with anything the United States has to say. But where's the collapse of our economy because of that, or the collapse of the world? Like I just mentioned, matter of fact, remember we were supposed to tank and have civil war and economic collapse and all that shit because the petrodollar's dead and the dollar is worth 10 cents or 5 cents, and because people they get sucked up into all these channels that do economic things, and not just economic things, but those like Richie from Boston, they like to report that, they like to promote that kind of bullshit, whether they believe it or not, because the mainstream media tells them it's true. Again, they all get their shit from mainstream media. And either agree to it or say it's just the opposite because that's what they're programmed to do. And if they're not part of it, anyway, that's how they make their money. But where's this collapse? I'm the only one I know of that's ever said they can fake the petrodollar forever. They can fake the dollar value, not the value, but they can keep the dollar from collapsing for infinite time until this fucking planet ends if they want to. People think, oh, the dollar's devalued. Of course it is. Every fucking second that goes by. But it's not fake it till you make it. It's fake it till the fucking climate change brought out by geoengineering and this country just fucking toast. There's not going to be no petrodollar collapse. There's not going to be no World Bank collapse. What's that? The Federal Reserve's not going to collapse. The stock market, if it collapses, it's because they wanted it to, and it'll last a little while, and blah. Oh, we got to throw this in again. How come the channels haven't been promoting the doomsday clock? I clicked on it. It's still 90 seconds to midnight. So why haven't the doomsday clock doomed us? Pause here. I just saw on the news, Joe Rogan's back on mainstream news. Joe Rogan's back on the news. That dude's, he's a social media promoter, what the fuck they call, influencer that Richie from Boston and everybody else wants to be. I don't want to be big. I don't want, yeah, they do. He wields a net worth of around $200 million. That is fucking insane. UFC doing promotions. He makes still over 25 years later, still makes $50,000 per event. Insane. And people just eat that shit up from this fucker. Oh my God, I got to go back to this video. I'm glad I was looking at my notes. Back to his War Games propaganda part 1. This is at 29 seconds. Let's see what Richie has to say here.
They're simply playing their roles. But the story that's in this leads me to believe that Donald Trump will have the election stolen from him because the result they want is the result shown in this movie.
Donald Trump will have the election stolen from him. So Richie from Boston, he just said there that he is a Trump fan. He's worried about Donald Trump having the election stolen. He didn't say he's going to have the election stolen as part of the agenda. But you get it, so on and so forth. You heard it from Richie from Boston first. Let's pause here. Oh, I should have gone on a few more seconds. Let's see from Richie from Boston what is in this movie, what War Games movie. Shit.
Because the result they want is the result shown in this movie. This movie is called War Games. So here we go. The people that are in this are actual officials and quote-unquote authorities, whether retired or not. I apologize for the airplane going over, but again,
okay, official authorities and whoever else, retired or not, and how many times have we seen over the years from Richie from Boston and all these other channels, all these other websites, they have all their ex and current, and especially ex-retired NSA guys, CIA guys, Black Bag Ops, SEAL Team, whoever the fuck you want to throw up there, politicians, up there spouting all this shit that's going to happen, and the people got to think about the majority of this shit has not happened and will never happen, even though a lot of it, or some of it, 50% of it, they could do and they don't, because they have us we are under total control right now. The only thing they'd like us to do is give up our guns, and that's never going to fucking happen. They'd love to come take our guns, and that's never going to happen because they don't have the fucking numbers to do it. It's just insane. Let's take some of the biggest things that these guys promised, besides Richie's promised civil war and the other channels, idiots that followed him. Remember, we're going to get RFID chips in our hand or our forehead because the Bible says so, because some years back, pre-COVID, a couple companies did that trying to promote it. Never happened. Why do they not even have the tracking chips available for you to put your child, so they don't, if they get kidnapped or get lost, you can find them, because they can't do it. I mean, the things... Well, how are you gonna power the fucking thing? You got to change it out, get a new one, get a battery. You're gonna have a little solar panel on your shoulder. I mean, just all this fucking endless bullshit that never happens. Oh, remember they promised us cashless, especially during COVID when they started doing that shit. The mint ran out of change, and oh my God, we're gonna be cashless by the time COVID's over, if it ends. That never. No, cash will never, ever be gone. Guns will never be gone. I can't say we'll never have a civil war, because as this country starts to fall apart because the country's being fucking toasted by the climate change via geoengineering, shit will fall apart. And the problem is that probably will result in a civil war. People fighting amongst each other for food and land and water and all that good, for fucking resources, instead of, you're going to be too busy trying to live to go after Washington, D.C., right? Or the capital in your beloved capital city. Fair porn from the CNN side of this. Harris, we're ready if Trump declares victory before all votes counted. They're going to keep running this shit right through it after the election. Yes, it is an election. Official, yes it is, but there's two power struggles within the New World Order, and yes, that's easy to say. And you've got CNN pushing this. PSA warns voters of AI interference, and... Okay, look at this one. I was going to play the clip for you. I did record it. They're warning of deep fakes, and they're showing, look at that top left one, they circled it. It says satire right there. Claiming that Trump and others are going out there, Swifties turning to Trump after the ISIS. Now, that even says it's satire right there, but they didn't say these other ones were satire, because what's the fact? I'm not a Swiftie or a Trumpy or a Bidenette, but is there fans of Taylor Swift that are for Trump? Of course there is. But let me go back to where the fuck I was, somewhere around here. I wanted to hang on. I got to show something else. Pause. I guess I can use this one. They're warning of interference and deep fakes. This shit especially got going. They started really ramping this up during Trump-Hillary, but it really died out. But they really got this going with the Trump-Biden thing, especially when Trump lost, and they started promoting that shit. But all this interference and deep state fake shit, that's the same misinformation campaign that both sides use, that both sides of the agenda use. It's the same misinfo campaign. They just changed the title, whether it's attacking conspiracy theories or attacking anti-Semitism, which you're supposed to be anti-Semitic. You're supposed to be a Jew hater just because you don't like Jews, or just because you don't like their religion, or just because you don't want them to annihilate the Palestinians. If you're not a Jew lover, then you're anti-Semitic and you need to be given the death penalty. But anyway, it's the same agenda. It's the same programming. They just changed the title. Pause here. I went with my sister to take the cats to the vet. This guy likes to eat ass. There's two of his stickers. Drive fast, eat ass. butt snorkeler. I guess he's getting. I guess that's. Are there hicks in here in where the fuck am I at? Somewhere in Silverdale, Washington. I guess so. I can't tell. I think Harley Davidson. I don't know what the fuck that is. Pause here. Oh, I got to throw these in. I think I did this. This is some old school in the Dungeness area of Washington State. Yeah, I got to show. Oh, we were by this creek. You could actually see the salmon swimming up the stream. Pause here. Oh, this I took this morning, I believe, or last night. Researchers say Arkansas may have 19 million tons of lithium underground. It would cover 2030 or whatever the fuck. And there's where the big spot's supposed to be. So I guess we're going to see if they send more tornadoes or hurricanes to devastate that. Could they? But again, like I pointed out with the Hurricane Helen, it did not damage, it did not flood the areas whatsoever where the lithium mine is. So much for doing that to get people out. Let's see what Israel has to say. IDF, they bunkers under hospitals. They bombed the hospital. We targeted 20 sites, and they're also calling them economic supporters or where the fuck they're funding. One of the key targets was an underground money vault containing tens of millions of dollars in cash and gold. Bottom line, which stores at least $500 million in cash and gold? Do you really think they would blow that up and not send a raid over and get that shit? Talk about fucking bullshit. Do they want to blow up the... There's plenty of these articles. Read these articles. They're blowing up the hospitals in Lebanon now like they did in Palestine. And they're also specifically targeting their ambulances, which was cop to. They admitted to it. So then what other bullshit comes out after that? We don't even know who's saying this shit. We don't know if this is just New World Order agenda, black bags. Hezbollah cyber attack targets Haifa hospital after Beirut hospital bombing. But what does it say down here? Following the... Oops, where'd it go? Oh, hackers supporting Hezbollah spread disinformation about Israel hospitals, saying that they're hiding missiles and bombs and all that. They spread in. They didn't do an AI attack. They didn't do a cyber attack. They just put out messages saying that Israel's hiding shit in their hospitals. That's not a cyber attack. That's just putting out, tweets or whatever the fuck they do out there. Oh, here's something else I caught. Okay, look down here. Beneath the El Sikel Hospital in Beirut lies one of Nasrally's bunkers. This is the El Sikel Hospital. So let's pause here. But over here, this one says it's the Sahel Hospital in Dihi, whatever the fuck, because they're supposed to be hiding shit underneath there. Hundreds of millions in cash and gold under the bunker. So appear conflicting, or they're trying to say there's shit under both so they can bomb the hospitals. But let's pause here. Okay, Israel's also bombing ambulances. In other words, missiles, direct missiles, strikes, drones, whatever. This one was a crowdsource. He raised a GoFundMe or whatever, but there's a dead ambulance. Is it true? Let's see. The Israel army has accused Hezbollah of using ambulance to transport weapons and fighters, so that's why they're attacking them. Necessary measures will be taken against any vehicle transporting gunmen, weapons, whatever. Could they be in there? Of course they could, but this is just an excuse because you want to attack the people, then you want to attack their medical means to bring them back to life or to save them. Let's pause here. Insane annihilation, people, and these are but no, we cannot equate the Jews to the fucking Nazis. Can't do that. And since I think it was in that video I deleted because of that blank space, he vows to invoke that. What the fuck is it? 1798 order. Yeah, Alien Act. The Sedition Act was never reapproved, but so you got the Alien Act in 1798. Get rid of gun. It's no longer getting rid of 11 million. It's just the gang members. And of course, if he tried to do that, there's going to be all sorts of court challenges. So he could say, "Oh, I tried to do it. I know I promised, but the courts won't let me," and blah blah blah. Here's a conspiracy for you. Look at the bottom one. 2 days ago, I think today's date. Yeah, I took the screenshots yesterday. Trump serves fries at McDonald's 2 days later. Oh my God, E. coli outbreak. I think somebody from the Trump campaign did it, or from the Harris campaign. What do you think? Somebody spread the E. coli. Of course, then you have to throw in propaganda because he was at a McDonald's in Pennsylvania. And this is affecting 11 different states worth of McDonald's here on the west end of the country because this is where their local distributor is for the fucking patties or the onions or whatever the fuck. But I know it's easy to fear porn shit, but let's pause here. Oh, how about this? How come this isn't on the Truth or Media? This helicopter that crashed in this radio tower and killed 5 people, including the pilot. Where's the? Oh my God! They're disrupting the radio communications chain. Oh, I want to show a clip from this guy, from this witness, and this is how shit goes. Let's pause here. I got to keep this short, or YouTube will come after me. But let's see this witness clip.
Believe it.
Crazy. It hit the pole. And then next thing you know, it just exploded. Like, it evaporated, bro. Did anyone else see this? Did I just make this up?
It just exploded, followed by it evaporated. I don't think he exactly meant evaporated. Vaporized to be. But this is the kind of shit these channels could put up with. They'll edit out that first part and just play the clip where he said it evaporated. But yet, you could see the fireball and the helicopter coming down. But channels like Richie Wood from Boston would still put that up there saying the helicopter was vaporized. But let's pause here. Oh, and Richie and them are keeping up to date if you want to fear porn or earthquake, because here's what's going on over here in the Pacific Northwest. Recent spikes of seismic activity across the Pacific Northwest. They're adding more seismic monitors. Oh my, tell Richie from Boston he needs to throw this in. Let's pause here. This ought to be interesting. I don't like the dude, but this Jelly Roll Christian music singer says he's going to expose the music industry. So let's see if he does or if he dies, which is extremely possible. 3 screenshots. Why didn't we hear about these being done to destroy the economy? Because they didn't destroy anything, so they don't count. 10 coal barges broke loose in Ohio in March and hit whatever they end up hitting. Here's one that happened here. A giant barge broke loose. There's a little tugboat over here. It actually pushed it out of the main current and into that dock on purpose. And this one's a different country, so of course people can't do different. Cargo ship hits railway bridge, and it didn't destroy it, so everything's fine and dandy, so it's not good fear porn. But let's pause here. I don't know what country this is in, but here's another one of some barges getting sucked under a bridge and flooding. They got destroyed. You'd have to go watch the whole thing. Because there they go. You know how this works. The water's going to win. Okay, last 2 screenshots. The country's still burning up. All these red ones, the little dots are the smaller ones, but there's thousands of them. And then over here on the west coast, burning up, but let's keep that off the news. Along with it, it's still continually hotter than it's supposed to be. Oh yeah, Colorado has snow up in some around the ski resorts around, like 8,000 foot plus. But until next time, see you later, bye.